everybody.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another week of Moment of Science.
I think it's week 4.
It is week 4, and this week we have a very special week. It is an ode to Idaho.
Ooh, why Idaho, Miss Mary?
Well, I know, but I'm going to see if you know.
Okay.
And I have a little hint in my pocket.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually, I have 2 hints.
You have 2 hints?
Yes.
Okay.
This
Ooh,
and this.
Ooh, I know. I know
What is
the
it?
answer. It's because Idaho produces the most potatoes of any of the states.
So it's a potato. We have some fabulous potato facts. One fact that I remember is that average American eats 140 pounds of potatoes every year.
Wow.
And as amazing as that figure is, another country, Germany, and their people eat more potatoes than we do.
Are you serious?
I think they eat 200 pounds.
200 pounds?
60 more pounds of potatoes.
That's a lot of product, Miss Mary.
That is a lot of potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of my favorite fun facts is the world's largest potato, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, weighed 18 pounds, 4 ounces. That's larger than a child.
That's a mighty big spoon.
And that is large enough to make 73 portions of medium-sized fries at McDonald's.
Well, should we get started with our first
Let's
experiment?
get started.
Okay, so for our first experiment is the potato clock. So let's go over the materials.
Okay, so we are using 2 potatoes.
Yes.
You can use any size.
Yes, 2 potatoes.
We've got 2 different types of metal.
Yes.
Right? So we've got copper strips and
zinc strips.
that's right.
And we have a little connection wire.
Right.
And then we have a little LED clock that either uses a 1 or 2 volt battery.
Yes. And just so you know, we purchased, this is a potato clock kit that you can find on Amazon or elsewhere on the World Wide Web. If you don't have one of those, you can also just use galvanized nails. So you'd use 2 nails and 3 alligator clips and then 2 pieces of heavy copper wire. Mm-hmm. And then the battery.
Yes, and a little clock.
A little clock.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's get started.
Yay! Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble a connection pair.
Okay, so we're going to make some connections.
Yes, so we need to get the copper and zinc plates.
Okay.
So we're going to put the little connection wire, and there's a little hole in ours. So connect 1 plate to each side of the wire.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of put this little wire through, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to kind of bend the wire, kind of twist it around so it stays, right? And then we're going to go ahead and do the other end
side.
To the
And
zinc.
so you've used 1 zinc and 1 copper. And then we're going to take the little clock, and we're going to take the black wire, and we're going to attach that to one of the zinc plates.
Okay, this one's the zinc.
Yes, that one's the zinc.
So we'll do the black wire to the zinc.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're going to take the red wire and connect that to a copper plate.
Okay, and that's the kind of reddish.
Yeah.
Wires connected. Okay.
Now
okay.
let's put our first connection set into the potato.
So I've got the copper in here and the zinc in here.
Yes. So then you're going to take your little clock connection.
Okay.
And in our case, we have the zinc on the left and the copper on the right. So it has to be the opposite.
The opposite.
Of
and
what
then,
you already did. And
okay.
Then, so now we see that the clock is off. There's nothing there.
There we go. Yeah.
Nothing there.
Nothing there.
So now we're going to connect it.
Now we're going to connect it and see if we can get this clock
put
to work.
Copper in there.
Okay. Oops.
Oops, I'll hold that potato for you.
And then we're going to try this one.
Yes.
And let's see. Let's turn it around.
And look.
It's 12 o'clock.
It's working.
It's working. So we have powered our clock.
So we have this amazing potato clock.
It's amazing. I could carry this everywhere instead of a watch.
Yes, wouldn't that be handy?
That would be super handy.
So what's going on?
This has created a simple battery. Okay?
Awesome.
And it's created electricity, enough electricity to operate the clock.
Awesome.
But I want to know more.
So another way of kind of explaining this is a cell, because of the chemical properties of the metals, and in this case it would be the copper and the zinc, it's the different properties are causing the tiny particles within the potato to create charged ions. They move between the 2 strips of metal.
Okay, they're moving around
Yes, and so it's actually creating an electrical current. Isn't that amazing?
Exciting. That is super amazing.
Yes. Well, that was really fun.
That was cool.
Okay. Let's go on to our next potato experiment.
Sounds like
This time, we're going to make a solar oven. That's what we're going to cook.
Potatoes?
Potatoes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So, let's go over the materials.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a cardboard pizza box.
Yes. A ruler. A box cutter, and this is definitely something that you will need a parent or a grown-up to help you with. So don't play with this unless you're with a grown-up.
Right.
Some black construction paper.
Newspaper. We've got a clear glass bowl.
Yes.
We've got aluminum foil.
Yes. We've got our potatoes.
We've got our 2 potatoes we're going to prepare 2 smaller.
Yes.
We're using a smaller potato.
Yes, for lunch.
Yes.
Okay.
And box tape.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right,
all
so
we need.
let's assemble our oven.
Let's do that.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do is I took a ruler and I made a black line on the top of my box to show where I'm going to cut it. So it's right here. I made a mistake here, but this is the line. So then I take my box cutter, which should be done by an adult, and I'm going to cut the top flap of my box. Then I've got my flap. So I'm going to fold it back like that. And there's a little extra pizza stuff on it because this was a used product. So I pre-cut some aluminum foil, and it's just your regular foil that you get at the grocery store. And I'm going to tape this on the inside of the flap I just cut. You want the shiny side up. Okay, so then I'm going to open up the whole thing, and now this is the bottom of the box, and I'm going to take my black sheets of cardboard, construction paper, not cardboard, and put them down here. Now what we have is we have a black bottom, which anybody who's worn a black shirt on a really sunny hot day knows that you feel much hotter when you're wearing black. So this is actually going to absorb the sunlight and make the bottom of this box hot, which is the bottom of our oven. So you want that it's going to radiate heat up. And then the aluminum foil, which is shiny, is going to reflect off of that and cook our items. Now we need to insulate our oven. For insulation, we're going to be using newspaper. So what you want to do is you want to get, like 3 or 4 pieces of newspaper to make the insulation good. So I've got my paper here, and I'm just going to roll it. All right, so now there we have our pizza box oven. Now we're going to move outside to get our oven set up in a sunshiny spot.
We moved our oven outside, and we're going to go ahead and set up. I've got like a cookie rack, a cookie cooling rack here, and I'm actually just going to set it about right here. I think that'll work. And we have poked some holes into our potatoes for the steam to escape, the water to escape. And what we're going to do is place our bowl. It's a clear glass bowl. We're placing that over the potatoes so that it will create like a nice hot area. It'll contain all the heat.
And it looks like you're in a nice sunny spot.
Yes. Definitely the best time to do this is between 11 and 3.
Awesome.
So that's when it's the hottest and sunniest. This really will probably take all day to cook. So if you're in a hurry, this wouldn't be the route I would take, but...
So probably you could cook something that would be fast, would be like a marshmallow or chocolate.
You can make s'mores.
Ooh, that'd be
which we've
tasty.
done before. You could also cook an egg.
Oh, awesome.
And that's it. Look at the time. Oh, and fortunately with our potato cloth,
With our potato, yes,
It's time for dinner.
It is time for dinner, Miss Mary.
And
Good
look at
segue.
what we've got.
We have delicious solar oven baked potatoes.
Yummy.
Let's see if they're done.
Yes.
They
look at
are. They
that. Look at that.
Thank you so much for joining us for our 4th week of A Moment of Science. We've had lots of fun. We'll see
Bon
you next
appetit.
time. Bon appetit.
I like dancing.